Hey everybody, I'm coming back to you with another video, and this time I kind of wanted to highlight something that I recently did this week for work. And it's not often that you get a chance to combine work and then also your hobbies or passions, but for me I was able to do that, so I wanted to tell you a little bit about it. This past week I was at the Air Force Academy attending their 25th Annual National Character and Leadership Symposium, and they had a lot of great speakers there. I learned a lot about ethics and leadership and what it takes to be successful in the leadership business. But two of the speakers that I really enjoyed the most had a little bit of a sports flavor, and I wanted to start off by showing one of the speakers that I really enjoyed here, Mr. LaDainian Tomlinson. LT, as many people refer to him, one of the best running backs in the history of the game. And he took time out of his busy schedule to come talk to the cadets and some of the visiting faculty and other folks who came to the academy for this event. And he started off, he talked for about 20 minutes about some of his personal ethics, and also the point of his message was just how we as a nation need to unify ourselves, much like a team would. You're taking a lot of people from different various backgrounds, ethnically, socially, economically, gender-wise, etc., coming together as a team, because our nation is as divided as it has ever been right now. And so he really preached the importance of that, what he referred to as a Team America. So he talked about that for about 20 minutes, a really excellent presentation that he presented. And then he was gracious enough to open the floor for a Q&A session. Overall, it lasted about 45 minutes. He was just great with it. I think the two questions, he did get some very difficult questions, and he answered them quite well. But two of the more interesting questions that I really enjoyed the most was somebody asked him who is the biggest hit that he ever took. And he talked about back when he was playing with the Chargers, and Drew Brees was his quarterback, and Drew Brees checked down to him, and he just got leveled by James Ferrier. And then he tackled the elephant in the room, and he said, I thought probably some of you thought I was going to say Ray Lewis, and then he laughed as he said Ray Lewis could never touch him. But that was a very funny moment, but he did really an excellent job. Another nugget that he said for success for him, as somebody, a lot of times you hear stories about athletes who lose all their money a few years out of the league. He said the secret for his success that he stuck with the same CPA from his rookie year even to now in his retirement years. And he said the good nugget that his CPA told him was one wife, one house. And he stuck by that. He said that's his key to success while he still has his money. But you can see there he signed it for me. I had another friend that was also there with me, a coworker of mine who's a big LT fan, and he brought his jersey, and we managed to kind of pre-stage the event. We were sitting up at the front, so got a really good look and a really good view of the presentation he gave. And then right after, everyone kind of bum rushed the stage, and my friend there with his jersey held it up, and LT kind of waved the crowd aside, and then had my friend come up on stage with him and signed the jersey. I gave my friend this card, and he had it signed, and then my friend got several photos with him. Like him and LT are long lost friends now. So, but a great presentation. It was awesome to see him, and it was really an honor to have him come out and spend his time at the event. And the main reason that he had to leave was to make room for the next speaker, which was this guy over here. You can see his autograph. This is from the current left tackle for the Pittsburgh Steelers, Alejandro Villanueva. So if you don't know his background, he also is a ex-military member. He attended the U.S. Military Academy at West Point, graduated in 2010, went on to become an Army Ranger. And he talked about some of the ethical dilemmas that he had as a leader of young troops in difficult situations. So as an Army Ranger, 7 months after graduating from the West Point, he found himself in Afghanistan in a team going down village to village trying to track down Taliban. And some of the challenges he faced there, loss of the lives of some of his men, and just the challenge of putting yourself there out there on the line. And a lot of the times, some of the Afghans that were working with him wouldn't be what you could consider yourself loyal to them, and so they group, a very tight knit group in this special ops community, and they would really have to look out for each other. And he talked about a scenario where he had to go get some information, and basically, looked at his team, and they were just like, they didn't want to do it. But he knew as a leader he had to press on and get them involved and get the mission accomplished, and just talked about the ethical dilemma of getting it done, and leadership by example, more importantly. Now he became pretty prominent, I think it was week 3, in the midst of all the kneeling controversy going on in the NFL. He was at Soldier Field, and the whole Steelers team decided that they were just going to, just kind of avoid the controversy, stay inside, which was their right. And he took a stand for himself, and kind of, he admits, kind of threw his teammates under the bus, which was not his intention, and came out and took the field. And he kind of explained himself a little bit more, and talking about the sacrifices that him and his team had made in Afghanistan. And he said it was at Soldier Field first and foremost, and so he felt that he needed to be out there. And second, in his time in Afghanistan, he did lose several members of his team. I mean, and he talked about holding them as they're bleeding to death, and being with them in their last moments, and what they were sacrificing for, and what that sacrifice meant to him personally and to that team. And he just said he couldn't not go out there with what he'd known, with what he'd experienced. He had to be out there for the national anthem, as if not for himself, but for those teammates that lost their lives defending that flag. So a very powerful and emotional presentation. This was LT was probably the dessert. This was the main meat of the course. Learned a lot from his presentation and his talk on ethics and leadership. And overall, it was a great conference. But I really enjoyed these two speakers, not just because I'm a sports fan. These two are heroes to me for other reasons now, for what they sacrifice and what they give to others. But I just wanted to show those to you real quick. Once again, everyone, I appreciate your posts and comments, and I'll talk to you again soon.